I am working with a very sturdy chair today. It's got no arms. It's not to say you can't adapt things and do things slightly different to the way I'm doing them, but I'm giving you a guideline of where I'm at so that you know what I'm working with. But the no arms is quite an important aspect, and you'll see during the practice and you'll feel during the practice the reason for that. I've got another chair available to me as well, and that is available so that I can use it as support, but also some other bits and bobs that you'll see. I've got some blocks. You don't need blocks. You can use books if you needed to raise a floor level or a chair level for whatever reason. I've also got cushions if I needed to raise my chair level.
So get what you need and let's get started.
So we're going to head back to the chair and settle onto this chair, and I'd like us to pop on the chair sideways on this time. So what you're going to find is the back of the chair um, is now to my side, okay, and I'm positioning myself so I can use that chair nice and firmly, okay. I'm now going to shift like I did before, so that half my bum, so one bum cheek is off the chair and one is on the chair, and I get to use this side of the chair. And this is why it's important to have the right chair, because if you're pulling too hard you could topple over. So just making sure that you have got that right chair. And now got lots of freedom of movement of this leg, hopefully. So I'm going to test that. The height of your chair is can change the experience here, but all I like you to do is slide that leg back and then slide that leg forward. You can hold on for support at the moment. So the reason this is a great adaptation at the moment is it gives those of you that are it gives you that support to hold on to, but also gets you to fiddle around with the position of the spine and see how things are feeling at the moment. But I want you to try and find, as long as your leg is happy, so I want you to try and find a long position with your back leg, but I want it to be happy. And you can see that my back toes are on the floor, they're pushing into the floor.
Okay, I'm just going to freeze frame here and mention that it's super important that you set up correctly here. So you definitely have one butt cheek off the chair to begin with, because some people find that the chair is actually getting in the way of their movement. And although you might find that there are limitations in this exercise due to your body, you don't want the equipment to be limiting your movement. So double check your setup before you start.
If your lower back isn't happy with that amount of arch, you might want to bring it in. You need to adjust things that suit you and feel comfortable. When you come forward with that leg, I really want you to prevent curling in here. So really be very mindful about the shape of the spine. Always thinking about the shape of the spine. Good, okay. And then from here, we find ourselves with the back toes on the floor. I don't mind if that back knee is bent at the moment. It's all good. In fact, it's possibly better that it's bent, but it really depends on the height of your chair. And option to put the hand on the top of the chair and just launch yourself upwards. So we find ourselves in an adapted warrior one at the moment. Now, it might be, if you're someone that's challenged by the balance of some of these yoga asanas, that this is where you stay with the hand on the chair supporting you, and also that you don't feel particularly strong or flexible at the moment. You've got that option to sink back down there, or you've got the option to tip forward and bring that foot forward. You can be wherever's smart for you and try and go back into things. You can even be a bit higher, so you're straightening the front leg a little bit more. So find what's right for you. I'm going to go deep. I'm not rested, even though it looks like my leg is touching. I'm not rested. I'm definitely engaged in my front foot. My heel is doing more work. The rear foot in the front is doing more work than the forefoot. I'm pushing hard through that back set of toes. The toes are pointing forward, and I'm engaged through that back leg. And if I have any lower back pain, it's okay to tip forward if that relieves it, but it's not okay to round forward. So, pick what's right for you. Wherever you are, raise the free arm up, and you might choose to look up at that hand and take a few breaths. So your drishti is constantly moving. This might not agree with your neck, so you may choose to look forwards, and that's all good. And if you feel comfortable with your balance, you can raise the other hand up. That's it. And we are in our warrior one, quite deep. It might be that you're shallow. It's okay. Wherever you're at, whatever's, as long as you've made a smart decision for you, it's good. You might be coming out of it now. You might be able to hold it for a little longer. If you are coming out of it, come out the way you went in. Good. Eye line forward, everyone. Place the hand on the back of the chair. Other hand comes down, and then settle back into the chair. Bring the other leg forward. Good. Fantastic. Okay, we're going to turn to face forward for a second and just have a little bit of a moment at the back of the chair, just to have a little bit of reprise. So the back of the chair is supporting us now, lifting the legs up. Take a little ankle roll, one direction. And the other direction. Lovely. Making lots of lovely shapes with the toes.
If you're finding this tuition useful and enjoyable, why not try a small group online exercise class with me, offering you individual feedback as you practice? Get in touch today through any one of my social media platforms. Now, back to the practice.
Fab. Okay, let's head on over to the other side. Sometimes a bit easier because we know what's coming, but if you've got limitations on one side, you'll know how you'll sort of preempt how you might want to adjust. So again, I am trying to get one butt cheek on the chair and one off the chair. Okay, and I'm using the back of my chair to support me. Yeah, okay, just show you this time from a different angle so you can see what's going on there. You can see my arm is here, and you can see I'm very free with this leg. That has suddenly got ability to move. Okay. So here I am. I'm going to check. I was looking down a bit before, and actually I just still want to keep an eye on this posture. So here I am. I'm just going to take that foot forward, and then I'm going to slide it back. See how it feels. It's just sort of a warm up into the warrior. How do things feel? I'm using a lot of support with that arm to make sure I don't topple over while I'm searching for my support. Yeah. Okay, and then I'm going to keep my leg back there and just check in with my back toes. I can even, if you can look back at them, but try not to twist your spine too much. Just check that you're springing up through those back toes, yeah? Okay, some of you, again, might be further forward while you do this. It's okay to be here. This is still neutral. I'm still neutral at the moment, but this isn't neutral. So as soon as we start over rounding, that's where it becomes a problem. So be where's sensible for you. It can be quite intense. And from here, using the back of the chair for support, I mean, you can choose at any point to take your hand off that back of the chair. Bring yourself up. And this is where you might want to squeeze and inch that back leg back a little bit. You might want to lower down a little bit. Like I say, you can see on the screen here that I am touching the chair with my leg, but I'm not rested. This is me sort of rested. I'm definitely working that front leg. That front heel is digging hard into the floor. The forefoot's not working hard. I can lift my toes, in fact, and I'm going to push through those back toes. That might not suit me. I might need to bend through the back knee a little bit. This might be all just a bit too intense, so I might need to come up a bit more. I might want to go, I'm not really going to go that low. So just, using this practice as a guide to progressively get to where you need or want to be in your practice. And from here, if you feel comfortable to, you can raise that opposite arm that isn't doing anything at the moment up, and you might want to gaze up at it if the neck feels okay about that. Yeah, that's it. Reach up, reach up, reach up. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Jai breath. You could choose to not use the support anymore. Raise the other arm up and keep the breath flowing. Keep the focus flowing. You've got this new drishti. Let it help you. Yeah. Keeping all those teaching points in mind. Thinking very hard about what you can do to adjust, but what safe adjustments you can make, sensible adjustments you can make to make this a safe but also effective practice. Okay, if you are coming down earlier, come down the way you went up. And if you are ready, whoever you are, bring the supporting hand down first, then the other hand eye line goes down, and then slowly lower the bottom to the chair. You might be shaking at this point, and bring that leg back in. Good, and settle yourself into the back of the chair. And again, we're going to take a little ankle roll. Good stuff. And change. Ooh, nice. Lovely.
If you like this video tutorial, let me know and I'll keep making videos just like them. And if you want to be the first to hear about notifications of new releases, subscribe to my channel. And if you found it useful, then someone else you know probably will find it useful too. So why not share this video with them right now?